Thursday night football, the Atlanta Falcons are on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My best plays are on the way. We'll begin with a player prop ladder, which ends at a plus 1,600 play. We have a couple smaller unit player props, as well as I'll give you my side or total in this game. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, I appreciate you for being here. Hit that like button. Let's try to get to 1,000 likes. I know you guys can do that. Go drop a like. As always, we begin with a recap of how we've done so far this season. And as you guys know, we had a great start to the season. First, 9 or 10 weeks. Last few weeks have just not been it. Bad reads and some bad luck combined hasn't been really where we want to be. Obviously, still up pretty good on the season, up 21 and a half units, but we want to be a little bit better. Now, obviously, that starting in week 15 with a great Thursday night game to kick us off going into week 15. Speaking of week 15, we already posted one video for it. If you missed it, I encourage you to go check it out. It's a longer form video, but it's Logan and I going through every game on Sunday and Monday Night Football. We gave our favorite side or total, as well as our best play of the weekend. If you want to check it out, the video is linked down below. Again, it's already live. It's a longer form video, but again, all the games are timestamped down below. So if you just want to check how we feel about your favorite team, you can go check out that game. That video will be linked down below as well at the end of it. Let's start with the player prop ladder. Sound good to you guys? I'm a big Darnell Mooney fan on Thursday night. I took him for 50-plus receiving yards at plus 182, which I believe was on DraftKings. I took him for plus 80-plus at plus 690 and 100-plus receiving yards at plus 1,600 on DraftKings. If Darnell Mooney gets 100-plus receiving yards, you guys have a deal. You have to join our Dub Club. It's simple as that. 100-plus at plus 1,600. Come on. You'd at least make a couple bucks on that. Obviously, I'm playing the half unit for 50-plus, and then only the higher ones at just 0.1 unit. So if he does get to 100-plus, we'd win back a lot of units on Darnell Mooney. But why the heck am I going out on a limb and backing Darnell Mooney? The guy has sucked this season, and I can't disagree with you. Darnell Mooney has not been great, but if you have to think about this Falcons offense and how limited they are pass catcher wise, I think it's a high upside spot for Darnell Mooney. Now, we'll take our talents to Props Madness. You guys know we use it a ton in the NBA, but pretty good in the NFL. Now, you'll see Darnell Mooney only has 50-plus in two games this season. Now, obviously, we need to address the elephant in the room, and that would be the injuries. We know Drake London's out. Kyle Pitts, senior, he's questionable. I would expect him to play. Kyle Pitts has actually played really well as of late, but he's had a lot of great matchups. Now, in this matchup, I think it yields more success to Darnell Mooney, and you could see that. I mean, you look at how the Bucs defend outside wide receivers. They rank 27th on the out wide, and we know that's where Darnell Mooney lines up pretty much every single snap. Now, like I said, the last few weeks been down with Drake London out, but again, they faced the Jets, a pretty good defense. They ran it a ton in that game, and they faced the Buccaneers. Not the Buccaneers, the Seattle Seahawks, a very good defense. Now you get this Tampa Bay Bucs defense, 27th in receiving yards allowed and 23rd in targets. I mean, completion percentage, you name it. It's a great matchup. And guess who took advantage of this matchup last year? Darnell Mooney in these games with Drake London, 105 receiving yards and 86 receiving yards. The guy torched him. And if you were to go back to last week, sure, 4 targets. He's out there though, 96% the week before, 77%, didn't play a ton in the end of the game. This guy's playing and running a ton of routes. Now, is he going to go nuclear? I don't know. Kirk Cousins not necessarily the best QB in the world, but I think that this is a spot where if there is an Atlanta Falcons wide receiver to go off, it is Darnell Mooney. I'll give you just some numbers. This season, 23 wide receivers have had at least 5 targets against the Bucs. Those 25, 15 of them had at least 50 yards. 7 of them had 80 or more, and 3 of them had 100-plus receiving yards. The 3 guys, Jackson Smith and Jigba, obviously Darnell Mooney's not as good as him. The other 2, Kendrick Bourne and Matt Collins. Like, you can't tell me Darnell Mooney's not on those guys' tier. Like I said, Darnell's playing 80+% of the snaps, basically every single drop back for Kirk Cousins. He's out on the field. And again, the other guys are like Drummond, Davis Sills, like those guys are no names. Kyle Pitts has had a great couple weeks, but again, he's faced some very good tight end matchups. This is not a great tight end matchup. I think Darnell Mooney can have a big day, and I'm willing to take a chance on it. Now, I'm only losing 0.7 units if the man sucks, but by all means, I'm not taking his 36.5 line. Let me go for some value, plus 182, plus 690, and plus 1660. Darnell Mooney, please go have a nuclear day. If he gets 100+, I will buy his jersey. Simple as that. My next play is going to be A weird play. Let's talk about these two fellows. I took both Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield for 250 plus passing yards. Baker's at plus 198 on DK, and then Kirk Cousins is plus 275 on BetMGM. I'm only playing them for a quarter unit, but I do think at least one of them gets 250 or more. Both these guys are in great matchups. Now, if both of them got 250 or more, that would be great. If Kirk Cousins could throw 250 and hopefully 100 to Darnell Mooney, that would be electric. But if one of these guys hits 250, we're going to walk away positive given the value here. And I think that both teams are going to want to throw the football. We've already talked about Darnell Mooney, Kirk Cousins and company. They're going to want to throw because running it on the Bucs is not the way you run. You just don't score on them if you consistently run the football. We've seen since week 7, the Buccaneers allowing 260 plus passing yards. The last 5 QBs to face them, 270, 317, 273, 301, and then 144. Tyler Shuck and company in the monsoon, in the rain in Tampa last week just didn't work out well. And heck, he had a good day running. We know Kirk Cousins ain't running the football. And then if you look at the last 7 QBs to face the Falcons, they've allowed 259, 255, 448 to Bryce Young, 243, 172, 249. So again, this is a Falcons team that since week 7, over the last 7 weeks, giving up about 250 pass yards. Now, I don't think Baker Mayfield's 100% healthy, but he will get Mike Evans back here, and Mike Evans is obviously going to make his life a ton easier. A guy that he has a great connection with. Emeka Egbuka and him just have not been on the same page, and you just see a lot of their drives stall out. Again, the Falcons' rush defense has been kind of hit or miss, but I think this is a spot where finally with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Egbuka, all healthy and ready to go, I think they'll have a good time throwing it. They're also down some Cade Otton. He's doubtful for this game. So I don't see them having a ton of success running it. Cade Otton, obviously, in there as a run blocking tight end. He's a good receiver, but I think that there's chance for both these two guys, 250 plus. If I had to pick a favorite one, I do kind of like Kirk Cousins a little bit more because I see them being in a negative game script. But like I said, Baker, he's down for 250 plenty of times in his career. A pretty decent success rate against the opposing team in terms of the Falcons. If you were to look at just head-to-head wise, I'll pull up their numbers head-to-head wise over the last few seasons. Head-to-head wise, you were to look at Baker, not bad, 330, 275, couple duds in here, obviously. And then if you were to look at Kirk Cousins head-to-head wise, he has torched 344, that 500 game, which was on a Thursday night, and 276. So again, if I had to pick one, it would be Cousins. I understand Cousins has not been good recently, but again, I think he can do it here. He's faced some tougher matchups, like this match against the Dolphins, not a great matchup as we look at it. This game he didn't play. 200 against the Saints, they win by 14. Jets game, just an ugly one. And then last week against the Seahawks, a terrible matchup. So again, Kirk Cousins is better than that. I like the value on both those guys. Now, if I were to give you a side game pick in this one, I'd actually be on the over 43.5. Short week. These two defenses are very suspect. Both these two offenses are capable. They have playmakers. I'll lean towards an over, a rare over. Now, we've had some bad primetime games, but I feel like every time these two teams match up, there's points. And Kirk Cousins has torched the Bucs, as we just showed you. And I think Baker, finally with Mike Evans back, he can at least have a little bit more success against the Falcons defense, which hasn't looked good. They were great the first 5 weeks of the season, but last, 8 to 10 weeks, they've been pretty dang bad. We'll end the video with my Chalkboard slip. As you know, we love Chalkboard, one of the best daily fantasy apps out there. If you've never heard of it, now's the time. They're just like PrizePicks, just like Underdog Fantasy. I encourage you to at least give it a go. They're giving you, when you sign up using my code COS, they'll give you this Baker Mayfield free pick. They'll also give you a 100% deposit match. So they're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And they also are giving out free daily boosts. Sometimes it's NBA, sometimes it's NFL. Encourage you to check it. I think you just have to log in the app at like 10 or 11 a.m. Here are a couple other player props I did take a peek at. Obviously, I have Kirk Cousins here. I told you I liked him the most for pass yards. Bijan, less than 16.5 rush attempts. Short week. Do we need to run Bijan into the ground? I don't think so, especially in a tough matchup. Darnell Mooney, I took his regular line here. And then Chris Godwin, who's quietly had a couple straight good weeks. I think he's got a great spot here once again against the Falcons. So I threw $25 on that puppy. Turns it to $225. Throw a couple bucks on it if you want to. Just sign up using my code COS so you get that free pick and that deposit match. As always, let me know your favorite pick down below for this Thursday night game. Let's get off to a strong start. Darnell Mooney, if he can get 50 yards, that'll do it. We'll be in the green for the week, but man, it would be electric if he could have 80 or even 100 plus. That would be nuts. But we've cashed some 100 plus guys before on Thursday nights. Kamani Vidal brings the bell. I think this could be a Mooney game, man. I know last week he had a touchdown, a 25-yard touchdown. Kirk Cousins laid out a great ball to him. He just happened to step out of bounds before reestablishing himself. I think this could be a Mooney week, or it blows up in my face. Either way, should be an interesting game for the NFC South, the division that is not looking all too hot. Either way, thank you for tuning in. It's Austin. I'm signing out. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys back again in the next one. Well, obviously, if you want to check out that Week 15 NFL picks video, it's great for like your car ride to work. It's like right over here. Check it out. Put it on. Listen to it. Logan and I yap about the games. It's a good video. Go check it out. See you later. Peace.